Of all the subtle, daily frustrations we navigate, there's one that feels uniquely personal and deeply deflating: the feeling of being bloated. Have you ever woken up feeling light and lean, only to find that by midday, your favorite pair of jeans suddenly feels like a cruel instrument of compression? It's a baffling experience. You haven't gained 5 pounds in 5 hours, yet your body feels puffy, distended, and profoundly uncomfortable. This isn't about the number on the scale, it's about the feeling in your skin. For years, I found myself trapped in this cycle, meticulously choosing foods I believed were healthy: salads, whole grain sandwiches, nutrient-packed smoothies, only to end the day feeling heavy and swollen. It was a silent battle waged within my own body, a puzzle I couldn't seem to solve. The great deception of modern wellness culture is that healthy eating is a monolithic concept. We're taught to count calories, macros, and points, but we often overlook the most crucial question: how does this food make my body feel? The truth I learned the hard way is that you can have a diet that is technically nutritious, yet profoundly inflammatory and difficult for your system to digest. This realization was my turning point. It shifted my focus away from the restrictive mindset of dieting and toward a more intuitive, compassionate philosophy centered on one primary goal: reducing bloating and inflammation to achieve that elusive, wonderful feeling of lightness and comfort. This article is not a diet plan. It is a deep dive into a lifestyle, a detailed account of the principles and daily practices that helped me reclaim my energy, my confidence, and my digestive peace. This is the story of what my day on a plate looks like: an anti-bloat, pro-digestion, and deeply satisfying routine designed not for deprivation, but for feeling truly good. Before we begin this journey, it's essential to state that I am not a medical professional. This is a reflection of my personal experience and extensive research. Always consult with a healthcare provider or a registered dietitian before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you have underlying health conditions. The first and perhaps most vital principle in this entire philosophy begins before a single bite of food is consumed. How we awaken our bodies sets the digestive tone for the entire day. Imagine your digestive system as a sophisticated factory that has been powered down for the night, undergoing maintenance and repair. You wouldn't jolt it awake by immediately throwing the most complex materials onto the conveyor belt. Instead, you would gently power it on, warm up the machinery, and prepare it for the day's work. This is precisely the approach we must take with our gut. For me, this process starts with a simple, time-honored ritual: a large glass of warm water, often with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice or a splash of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. This isn't just about hydration, though that is critically important after a long night's sleep. This gentle, warm elixir acts as a signal to my digestive system, coaxing it to life. The warmth is soothing, and the acidity of the lemon or vinegar is thought to help stimulate the production of stomach acid and digestive enzymes, essentially priming the pump for the first meal of the day. It's a moment of quiet intention, a way of telling my body, "Good morning, let's get ready for the day ahead," gently. This is followed by a few minutes of light stretching or a short, brisk walk around the block. This physical movement is not a grueling workout. It's a way to stimulate peristalsis, the natural wave-like contractions of the intestinal muscles that move things along. It's about waking up the gut from the outside in, encouraging circulation and motility before asking it to perform its complex duties. This gentle awakening leads us to the first meal of the day, a meal that, in the standard American diet, is often a recipe for digestive disaster. We've been conditioned to think of breakfast in terms of sugary cereals, dense bagels with heavy cream cheese, or greasy platters of fried food. These choices, while culturally ingrained, can be a direct assault on a resting digestive system, leading to the infamous mid-morning bloat and a subsequent energy crash. My approach is entirely different. Breakfast is about being light, hydrating, and gut-friendly. My go-to is a Greek yogurt bowl, a carefully constructed symphony of digestive allies. The base is plain, full-fat Greek yogurt, a powerhouse of probiotics. Think of your gut microbiome as a vast and intricate garden. Probiotics are the beneficial seeds you plant to help the good flora flourish, which is essential for everything from nutrient absorption to immune function. To this base, I add a spoonful of chia seeds. These tiny seeds are a marvel of nature. They are packed with fiber and, when they come into contact with liquid, form a gel-like substance that helps promote a feeling of fullness and supports regularity in a very gentle way. They are like tiny sponges that cleanse the digestive tract. Next comes a small portion of fresh pineapple or papaya. These tropical fruits are not just for flavor, they are rich in natural digestive enzymes, bromelain in pineapple and papain in papaya, which are particularly effective at breaking down proteins, thus lightening the digestive load on your system. A handful of berries like blueberries or raspberries provides a burst of antioxidants without a significant sugar spike, and a sprinkle of ground flax seeds adds another layer of beneficial fiber and omega-3 fatty acids. If I need a touch of sweetness, a tiny drizzle of raw, local honey offers antimicrobial properties. This entire meal is designed to be easy to digest, nutrient-dense, and actively supportive of my gut health. To accompany it, I sip on a warm cup of ginger or peppermint tea. Both are renowned for their soothing, anti-inflammatory properties. Ginger is a carminative, meaning it helps to prevent or expel gas, while peppermint can relax the stomach muscles, easing discomfort. By deliberately avoiding the heavy processed carbohydrates like toast, cereal, or pastries in the morning, I sidestep the common trap of carb bloat and set myself up for a day of stable energy and digestive calm. This morning ritual is the first foundational pillar of feeling good. If you find this detailed breakdown of a gut-friendly morning routine useful and are inspired to try it, please comment with the number 1 below to let us know. A typical lunch for me is a large, colorful salad, but not the sad, wilted side salad you might imagine. This is a substantial, satisfying meal. The star of the show is often a piece of grilled salmon or a lean chicken breast. Salmon, in particular, is a fantastic choice due to its high concentration of omega-3 fatty acids. These fats are potent anti-inflammatory agents. You can think of them as the body's internal firefighters, working to quell the flames of inflammation that can be triggered by stress, poor diet, and environmental factors. The base of the salad is a bed of leafy greens like arugula or spinach, mixed with vegetables known for their high water content, such as cucumber and celery. This is a crucial element. It may seem counterintuitive, but consuming water-rich foods helps the body combat water retention. When your body is well hydrated, it receives the signal that it doesn't need to hold on to every last drop of fluid, which can significantly reduce that puffy, swollen feeling. To truly elevate the gut-friendly power of the meal, I add a spoonful of fermented vegetables like kimchi or sauerkraut. These are not only a source of probiotics, but also provide enzymes that aid digestion. The fermentation process essentially pre-digests the vegetables, making their nutrients more bioavailable and easier for your gut to handle. The dressing is always simple and homemade. A drizzle of high-quality extra virgin olive oil and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. This allows me to avoid the hidden sugars, sodium, and unhealthy oils found in most commercial dressings, which are often significant contributors to bloating. Depending on my energy needs for the day, I might add a small serving of a low-bloat complex carbohydrate, like quinoa or a piece of baked sweet potato, but the focus remains on the protein and the vast array of fresh vegetables. This kind of lunch is a midday reset. It's nourishing, delicious, and specifically designed to prevent the inflammation and digestive distress that can derail an afternoon. Have you ever noticed a dramatic difference in your afternoon energy levels when you switch from a heavy, carb-heavy lunch to a lighter, vegetable-focused one? Share your personal experience in the comments section below. We'd love to hear what your go-to non-bloating lunch is. We then entered the most treacherous time of day for many, the mid-afternoon. That 3 p.m. slump is a real physiological phenomenon, a time when our energy levels naturally dip. It's here that we are most vulnerable to reaching for snacks that promise a quick fix, but ultimately sabotage our goal of feeling light and comfortable. The vending machine, the office pantry, the coffee shop display case, they are all filled with temptations that are often high in sodium, refined sugar, or artificial sweeteners, all of which are major culprits behind bloating and discomfort. The so-called healthy protein bar is one of the biggest offenders. Many of these are little more than glorified candy bars, packed with fillers and, most notably, sugar alcohols. Ingredients like sorbitol, mannitol, and erythritol are poorly absorbed by the small intestine and can ferment in the large intestine, leading to significant gas, cramping, and bloating. They are a common hidden cause of digestive distress. Likewise, a bag of chips, even baked ones, delivers a massive dose of sodium, which acts like a magnet for water in your body, causing you to retain fluid and feel puffy. My approach to afternoon snacking is to see it as a bridge, not a crutch. It should be something small, whole, and intentional to carry me through to dinner. My go-to options are simple and effective. Sliced cucumber, with its high water content, paired with a small amount of hummus, provides a satisfying combination of crunch, fiber, and protein. Another excellent choice is a small bowl of plain kefir. Kefir is a fermented milk drink similar to a thin yogurt, and it offers a different and often more diverse range of probiotic strains than yogurt does. A sprinkle of cinnamon on top can help with blood sugar regulation. And of course, hydration is key. I often opt for another cup of peppermint tea or a glass of infused water with lemon and mint or cucumber and basil to keep things interesting. But perhaps the most impactful habit I've adopted for snacking is not what I eat, but how I eat it. I practice what I call mindful eating. This means stepping away from my desk, putting away my phone, and giving my full attention to the snack for 5 minutes. Sometimes, to really ground myself, I'll even sit on the floor. This might sound strange, but it forces a change in posture and a break from the stressful, multitasking mindset. This is profoundly important because our nervous system has 2 primary modes: the fight or flight sympathetic state and the rest and digest parasympathetic state. When we are stressed, rushed, or distracted, our body is in a sympathetic state, which diverts blood flow away from the digestive system to the muscles and brain. Digestion effectively shuts down. By taking a few moments to eat mindfully, we allow our nervous system to shift into the rest and digest mode, creating the optimal conditions for our body to properly process the food. This simple change in habit can be an absolute game changer in preventing bloating. This mindful approach is our third crucial insight. If you're committed to breaking the cycle of mindless snacking and trying this more present, mindful approach, type a 3 in the comments below to make a commitment to yourself. And if this content is providing value, please consider supporting the channel by hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss future insights. As evening approaches, the focus of our meals shifts once again. Dinner should not be a heavy, indulgent affair that burdens the digestive system right before it's meant to enter a state of rest and repair. The goal for the final meal of the day is to provide nourishment, promote relaxation, and set the stage for a comfortable, bloat-free night and a light-feeling morning. One of the most critical rules I follow is to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. This gives my body ample time to complete the most energy-intensive part of digestion before I lie down. When you sleep, your body is supposed to be focusing its energy on vital processes like cellular repair, detoxification through the liver, and memory consolidation in the brain. If it's instead forced to wrestle with a heavy, undigested meal, these restorative processes can be compromised, and you're far more likely to experience discomfort, acid reflux, and wake up feeling puffy. My evening meals are typically warm, simple, and easy to digest. A light vegetable stir-fry is a perfect example. I'll use a base of non-starchy vegetables like zucchini, bell peppers, spinach, and broccoli. These are cooked quickly in a little bit of coconut or avocado oil. For protein, I'll opt for something easily digestible like tofu, tempeh, or shrimp. The real magic of this meal, however, lies in the seasonings. I rely heavily on what I call the anti-inflammatory trio: fresh ginger, garlic, and turmeric. Ginger, as mentioned, is wonderful for soothing the stomach and aiding digestion. Garlic contains compounds like allicin, which have potent anti-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory properties. And turmeric, with its active compound curcumin, is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories known. This trio not only adds incredible flavor, but also actively supports the gut and the body's detoxification pathways. Depending on my hunger level and how active I was during the day, I might serve this stir-fry over a bed of cauliflower rice, which provides the satisfying texture of a grain without the heavy carbohydrates that can lead to overnight water retention. More often than not, I eat the stir-fry on its own. By keeping the meal low in carbohydrates and completely free of dairy or heavy fats, I ensure that my body isn't left with a difficult task overnight, which directly translates to waking up feeling leaner and less puffy. To cap off the evening, I enjoy a warm cup of chamomile or fennel tea. Chamomile is known for its calming effects on the nervous system, helping to ease the body into a state of rest, while fennel tea is another excellent carminative that can help relieve any lingering gas or digestive pressure. This practice of eating for rest is the fourth key principle. Does the idea of a lighter, earlier dinner that supports your body's natural nightly repair processes resonate with you? Comment with a 4 below if this is a strategy you're going to give a try. Navigating the world of food today requires a discerning eye, because not everything that wears a healthy halo deserves it. One of the most empowering steps on my journey was learning to identify the common culprits and healthy traps that, despite their marketing, were secretly contributing to my bloating and discomfort. This means becoming a food detective and looking beyond the front of package claims. There is a definitive no-go list of items I actively avoid. At the top of this list are carbonated drinks of any kind, including sparkling water. While it may seem harmless, the simple physics of it means you are ingesting gas, which has to go somewhere. For many people, this directly translates into a painfully distended stomach. As we've touched on, sugar alcohols are another major offender. Scour the ingredient lists of sugar-free gum, diet sodas, and protein bars for names like xylitol, maltitol, and sorbitol. These are notorious for causing fermentation in the gut. Excess salt is another one. It's hidden in everything from canned soups and frozen meals to restaurant sauces and deli meats. Sodium causes your body to retain water, leading to that characteristic puffiness in your face, hands, and abdomen. While I am not strictly dairy-free, I am very mindful of my intake. Many adults have a degree of lactose sensitivity, meaning they lack sufficient amounts of the enzyme lactase to properly break down the sugar in milk. This can lead to low-grade inflammation, gas, and bloating. Heavy, dairy-rich meals are something I consistently avoid. Finally, fried foods are off the table. The heavy fats in fried food significantly slow down gastric emptying, meaning the food sits in your stomach for an extended period, leading to a heavy, leaden feeling and digestive strain. Beyond this obvious list, however, lie the more insidious traps. The smoothie is a prime example. People blend up several pieces of fruit with fruit juice and a scoop of sweetened yogurt, thinking they're having a super healthy meal. In reality, they've created a sugar bomb, stripped of much of its fiber, which can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar and subsequent bloating. A truly gut-friendly smoothie needs to be balanced, with a focus on leafy greens, a source of protein like unsweetened protein powder or seeds, a healthy fat like avocado or almond butter, and just a small amount of low-sugar fruit. Another common trap is the healthy wrap. A large flour tortilla can be a source of refined carbohydrates and high sodium, and it's often filled with processed deli meats and slathered in sugary, high-sodium sauces. Deconstructing these seemingly healthy options reveals them to be major contributors to bloating. Becoming aware of these hidden saboteurs is a critical skill for long-term digestive wellness. This awareness is our fifth essential secret. Have you ever been fooled by a so-called healthy food that left you feeling terrible? Share your story in the comments section. Let's help one another become more discerning and savvy consumers. All the dietary changes in the world can fall short if we don't address the final and perhaps most overlooked set of principles, the habits and environmental factors that govern how we eat. The food on your plate is only one part of the equation. The context in which you consume it is equally, if not more, important. These are the unseen pillars that support a truly bloat-free lifestyle. The first pillar is the simple act of chewing. Digestion does not begin in the stomach. It begins in the mouth. The mechanical action of chewing breaks food down into smaller, more manageable particles, and our saliva contains enzymes like amylase that begin the chemical breakdown of carbohydrates. When we inhale our food, we force our stomach and intestines to do extra work they were never designed for. Think of it like a wood chipper. Sending it well-chopped logs is far more efficient than trying to shove in a whole tree trunk. Chewing each bite slowly and thoroughly until it is almost liquid is one of the most profound changes you can make for your digestion. The second pillar is the elimination of multitasking while eating. As discussed earlier, eating at your desk while answering emails, in the car while navigating traffic, or in front of the television while absorbed in a show keeps your body in a state of stress. This fight or flight response shuts down optimal digestion. Creating a dedicated, calm space for meals allows your nervous system to shift into the rest and digest mode necessary for your body to receive and process nourishment effectively. A third simple habit is to take a short, gentle walk after meals. A 10 to 15-minute stroll helps to stimulate gut motility and can aid in managing post-meal blood sugar levels. It's a gentle nudge to your digestive system to keep things moving. Fourth is strategic hydration. While staying hydrated throughout the day is crucial, chugging large amounts of water during a meal can potentially dilute the stomach acid needed for proper digestion. The best practice is to drink plenty of water between meals and to only take small sips during meals if needed. Finally, and most critically, we must address the undeniable connection between stress and bloating. Chronic stress leads to elevated levels of the hormone cortisol. High cortisol can disrupt the gut microbiome, increase intestinal permeability, often called leaky gut, and directly trigger the physical sensation of bloating. This is not just in your head, it is a physiological reality. Incorporating stress management techniques into your daily life, whether it's meditation, deep breathing, yoga, spending time in nature, or simply setting aside time for a hobby you love, is not a luxury. It is an essential component of digestive health. This focus on the how and why of eating is the sixth and final key, the piece that ties everything else together. If you recognize the profound impact of stress and eating habits on your own digestion, and this is the missing piece you've been looking for, please comment with the number 6 below. Your support by liking this article and subscribing to our community helps us continue to create this in-depth, valuable content. In the end, this entire exploration boils down to a fundamental shift in perspective. The journey to a flat stomach is not found in a bottle of detox tea or a punishing diet of deprivation. True, lasting comfort and confidence come from cultivating a happy gut. It's about moving away from a relationship with food based on restriction and fear and toward one built on nourishment, respect, and deep listening. It's a lifestyle, not a quick fix. We've journeyed through the core principles that can transform your daily experience, awakening the system gently with hydration and movement, fueling your midday with clean, anti-inflammatory energy, navigating the afternoon snack trap with mindfulness, dining in a way that supports evening rest and repair, becoming a savvy detective to avoid hitting healthy traps, and finally, honoring the powerful, unseen pillars of how you eat and manage stress. This framework is a guide, a starting point for your own personal exploration. The most beautiful and complex part of this journey is recognizing what is known as bio-individuality. Everyone's gut is different. A food that is a digestive superstar for one person may be a trigger for another. I empower you to become a curious scientist in the laboratory of your own body. Use these principles as your foundation, but experiment. Pay close attention to how you feel. When you are no longer bloated, when your energy is stable, when you feel light and clear-headed, you'll find that your entire experience of the world changes. You feel more present, more capable, and more at home in your own skin. You don't need to starve yourself to feel lean and comfortable. You simply need to eat smart, eat mindfully, and listen to the profound wisdom of your own body. After exploring all these facets of gut-friendly living, from morning rituals to the mind-gut connection, what is the one single change you feel most inspired to make starting tomorrow? Let us know your answer in the comments below. We truly love reading your thoughts and building this supportive community together. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Remember to be patient and compassionate with yourself on this journey, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.